All right, what's up, guys? We finally got a couple parts in for the Honda 300. Gonna wrap up a couple things underneath the gas tank and the seat, so hopefully I can put all this back together for the very last time. And we're also gonna get my old lady's four-wheeler back running and get it back to working shape. So let me go ahead and show you all the parts we got, and I'm gonna show you all me putting them on. All right, guys, so we ordered two things. First thing we ordered are these right here. It is the valve cover gaskets that go up front up here. We got two of those. It takes two. We're gonna put in those because it does leak a little bit of oil down on the exhaust pipe. I'll show y'all that in a second. And then we got a original Keihin Japan carburetor. Now, as y'all know, from one of my other videos, this right here is a 2006 Honda Rancher 350 carburetor. The four-wheeler currently has a 2006 Honda Rancher 350 carburetor off of my old lady's four-wheeler because she has one of those. So I swapped them over. Like in my last video, I stated I swapped them over to see if it would work, and it did work. So obviously there is something wrong with my original Honda 300 carburetor. We've taken it apart, went through it. It's perfectly clean. I don't know what's going on with it. It functions fine, everything. I don't really know. But I'm not going to go that route of messing with that carburetor. So her carburetor that is currently on this four-wheeler is the original Honda carburetor that came on her four-wheeler. So I want to put that four-wheeler back on hers to keep it OEM. And I ordered this thing. I found it online. I know these, the Keihin right here and this right here, I know those are original carburetor parts. All this seems to be original. I know this is aftermarket. This lid has obviously been replaced because it's shiny compared to the flat look of the carburetor. But all the cheap eBay carburetors that you look up, they have a rubber spout here. This is rubber, where on my old lady's carburetor, this is like a brass like this, a metal gold brass. It's like this. It's not plastic. So I'm hoping that this is, and it's really heavy. It don't feel cheap, and it looks really, really good. I'm really, really happy with how this carburetor came. Oh, shit. I'm really happy with how it came. So, yeah. We're not even going to mess with the Honda 300 carburetor, guys. We're just going to put this one on here. It runs absolutely fantastic. I have noticed no problems. I took it on a really, really long ride last weekend. No problems at all. Ran flawless. So I'm going to just show you all the whole thing. I'm barely even going to edit this video. I'm just going to show you the whole thing. I got stuff to do this afternoon, stuff I got to get to, so we're just going to try to knock this thing right out. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. All right, guys, I think I got it looking pretty good. Got it all tidied up in there. Got all the vent lines ran down out the bottom. Got throttle choke tight. Gas line on. She's looking pretty good. Now, before we put it back together, we're going to go ahead and do the valve cover gaskets, which is right here. And right here, we're going to go ahead and do those. Also, I did new crankcase. Vent line right here going down. Run into right there. I replaced that line. I replaced the T right there with the drain going down. I replaced all that. It was completely dry rotted and filled up with like dirt daubers or dust. Completely filled up and stopped up. So I redid all that line. Ran it all out. Right there, you can see it coming down. Those are the new vent lines for the carburetor. Not vent lines, drain lines, flood lines, you know, the whole nine. So let's go ahead and get these tops off the valve covers off and get our new gaskets in there. And I think she'll be ready to be put back together and fire it up. And take these valve cover heads off. Like so. All right, that's one valve cover, and for the sake of not getting them confused, I'm gonna do one at a time. All right, and just like that, the new one is in. It definitely sticks up. So hopefully we'll have a real good seal. And we can put it back on there. I guess I can take and show y'all real quick how bad of a, it's just like a mess from leakage and seepage down here. So you can just tell around the covers how it's kind of wet and shiny right there just a little bit. And up here on the front where it leaks and it'll run down the exhaust, you can tell where it's wet. And when it runs down there, it just causes smoke and a little oily smell. So I'm probably gonna take a rag and wipe that off and get it put back on. Hopefully this will stop our little leakage problem and we will be good to go. I'll definitely take like the hot water pressure washer, maybe something, and try to clean this off up here. At some point, not gonna be today, but at some point I'll definitely try and do that. All right, that one's tight. Go ahead and get the second one off. Gotta love these older four-wheelers, man. They're super easy to work on. Super simple. Nothing to it, really. I'll show y'all before and after on this one. This is with the old gasket in it. See how it's just flat? This is all dry and flat. Nothing left to the gasket, really. Very cheap fix. I think they cost me $7 after tax. See how crusty and grimy it is. I'm going to go give it a wash. And get a new arm ring in it. Yeah, it's just flat. All right, let me go wash this up and I'll be right back. All right, guys, there she is. Got it cleaner. Let it dry real quick, and then put the seal in it and clean the little surface right there, and then we'll put it back on. All right, go ahead and get the new seal in it. Like that. Make sure it's pressed in its little holders all the way around. Yeah, look at that. Lots of spring in that. Look at that. Get a good seal out of this. All right, let's go ahead and throw it back on. right, guys, I think we're all done. Got the new carburetor on, everything done up. Got the valve cover gaskets on. Eventually, we'll get this all cleaned up. Not today, don't have time, so we'll get all that cleaned up eventually. New carburetor on, looking sharp. Time to put all of it back together, fire it up, and see if it runs. So if you want to watch me put it together, you can. If you want to skip through this, that's fine too. But I'm going to go ahead and get it all thrown back together. Moment of truth. All right, so at this point, I have done so much adding and subtracting and editing to this video. You're not going to see a lot of things that you were going to see originally, which is I recorded like all the little things of me working on the four-wheeler, the pulling, just everything. I recorded every second of me actually swapping the carburetors and doing everything, but I'm going to save you that time because I don't want this video to be like retarded long. So I'm not going to put a lot of that in here. And I haven't fully decided what all is going to be in the video yet because I'm recording this while the video is not currently done. But what I'm intending to do now is explain to you what's going on. So over here, I'm going to have a picture of my 96 Fourtrax 300 four-wheel drive. And over here, I'm going to have a picture of my girlfriend's 2006 Rancher 350 two-wheel drive. Not that the two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive really matters, but 06 Rancher 350 and 96 Fourtrax 300. Now, I've been having an issue with my Fourtrax 300 for almost a year now. Finally came down to the root cause, which it is the carburetor. I don't know why, because we have taken my carburetor apart multiple times, looked at it, cleaned the jets, checked the diaphragm, checked the float, the needle seat. We've done everything. And we couldn't figure out what was wrong with that carburetor. To the eye, nothing. It was perfectly functioning, clean, immaculate, everything. So we kind of ruled that out until one day I thought, well, let me swap the carburetor from my girlfriend's four-wheeler onto mine. If that's possible, if they're compatible, swap them and see what happens. Lo and behold, the frame of the carburetor is like the exact same. Shape, bolt pattern, mounting points, it's all the exact same. So swapped them over, and my four-wheeler ran perfect with her carburetor. Absolutely perfect. Perfect. Ran perfect. So I'm like, all right, it's the carburetor. But I'm not going to order a Fourtrax 300 carburetor because I was just like, fuck it. The Rancher 350 carburetor works this good. Let me just order a new Rancher 350 carburetor. So I spent the money. I'm going to have the link in the video of the product I bought. It was kind of expensive, but it is an OEM genuine Honda carburetor for the Rancher 350 that I intended on putting on mine, and then putting her original, because it is the original K-Hen made in Japan carburetor from hers. I'm going to put that carburetor back on hers, because if an original carburetor is functioning fine, you absolutely can't beat the originals. The Chinese or the cheap ones, they're just not made the same. So I wanted to allow her to keep her original one, of course. So the new carburetor came in, which you've already seen earlier in the clip, I'm sure. Put the brand new carburetor on mine. It idles okay, starts up okay, has good low RPM, but mid to high RPM is very it's either running lean or running rich. I don't know which one. And I'm leaning toward it was running rich because I'll put a picture of it on screen. I took her carburetor back off of hers, which is her original carburetor. That worked fine on my four-wheeler. I took the bowl off the bottom and I checked the jet size. And the main jet in her carburetor is a 120. You know, I couldn't see it with my eyes, but I took my camera, zoomed in after I cleaned it. It was a 120. If you look it up online, the main jet size for a 06 Rancher 350 is like a 128. So for some reason, it's got a smaller jet, or maybe somebody rebuilt it a long time ago, replaced it, who knows? But it has a 120 main jet in it. Now, the carburetor that I ordered, the new one for mine, that was still a Rancher 350 carburetor, it was a new one, probably has like a 128 or a 130 in it, because online that is factory spec for a 06 Rancher 350. So I'm leaning toward that it was probably running too rich, given the way it ran. It was very poppy and kind of sluggish, kind of like terrible power, mid to high RPM, very, very skippy, cut off, sputter, you know. So I think it was too rich. Now, I was going to take them apart and look at the jet size in the new one and look at this and look at that. But I decided, don't fight fate and don't try to fix what's not broken. So first thing I need to do is put the new carburetor on her Rancher 350 and see how it runs. Put it on there. It ran perfect. It just ran perfect. Ran like it was supposed to. So I'm like, all right, let me call her and see if she cares if I keep her carburetor on mine and she get the new one. And she was okay with it. So I'm like, you know what? We're just not going to fight fate. We're not going to try to fix something that's not broken. We're not going to waste any more time on this project, because I have wasted a lot of time on this four-wheeler just trying to do dumb things, or maybe something. I'm retarded and I want to know something that sometimes just, it doesn't matter. So that is how they sit right now. They're both four-wheelers are fully put back together. I have on my Fourtrax 300 her original Rancher 350 carburetor, and she has on her Rancher 350 the brand new Rancher 350 carburetor I ordered for mine, which I'm assuming, because it has a 128 jet in it, it runs great on the 350, where hers, for some reason, that had the 120 jet in it, runs good on mine because it doesn't run as rich. Obviously, it doesn't have too much fuel going to it. So I wanted to break that down and explain it, because at one point, I know y'all understand, sometimes it's hard to record and show certain things, and this video is going to take me a long time to edit. I hope I get it done in the next few days. Maybe tonight. I got a lot going on today. I'm going to try to get this video done, but I just wanted to run through an explanation of what the final outcome was and where we're at. So I think that just about wraps it up. That's where we're at. Both four-wheelers are completely put back together in perfectly running form. And I'm not going to fuck with them no more. They run great. You know, I told her, hey, I ordered a high-dollar OEM genuine Honda carburetor that is now on yours, but if any time you want your original one back, because I would say it's better. I don't know. At this point, you can have whichever one you want. I would say that the original is better. If you know, you know. Can't beat the originals. But I don't know. So if you ever want it back, that's okay. But she seems perfectly fine with what's happening as long as they both run fine. So that's where we're at. That's the explanation. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I think that wraps up the video. I just got to finish editing all this masterpiece for you guys. So I thank you for watching. Maybe this will help you. Maybe this will help you answer a question in your ATV off-roading experience, and you're working on shit at your house, miscellaneous. So I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.